Hey everybody, it's Saratoga, and this is your weekly focus card reading for the week beginning April 27th through May the 3rd. Now before I start, I just want to welcome all my new subscribers and let you guys know that this is something I do every Sunday to set our energy up for the coming week ahead. Okay, so this card, this is a powerful card, you guys, and so important at this very time. I'll read it to you because it's a little bit small writing. It says protection, and then it says call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Now I know you could interpret this card in the context of human relationships, but I want to expand this reading to go to a cosmic level because we are in an ascension process. And we are at a very critical moment in that process. So let's start with protection and just everything that falls underneath that term. What is going on right now, I'll just be very blunt with you guys, it literally is a battle for our souls. I don't believe it only originates on Earth. I think there is a cosmic source, a larger source off planet to all of this. And I'm going to go into more of this in my upcoming Tuesday video, which is going to be an energy update for the month of May. But I think May is going to become rather tumultuous, fractured. There's going to be a lot going on in May, which I'm not going to go into here, but we are just at this week, we enter into the beginning of May. And you're going to start to feel some real changes. But the most important thing right now is for you guys to feel centered, empowered, and grounded. Now, we as a human civilization on this planet have been under the control of a small group of people, but I think it goes much deeper than that, for a very long time. We've reached a level of being controlled that we can no longer deny, we can no longer pretend it's not happening. So look at the image on this card. In other words, let me just backtrack for a moment. We need to come to terms with where we actually are at a cosmic level as a planet, in a solar system, in a galaxy, in a universe. We need to come to terms with ourselves at that higher level of being. So, if you look at the figures on this card, they appear to all be women. Now, why would that be the case? And also, I'll tell you why in a second, but you see they have their arms in a position that signifies no. It signifies no, I will not accept this. And because I asked myself, well, why are they all women? And I think it's perfect in a way because it really symbolizes that female element, which is the receptive side, of the yin and the yang. This is the receptive side. So we have been receptive for a very, very, very long time as a civilization. We have been receptive to being held under control by forces that we literally don't even see. So you could say that these figures illustrate that receptive part of us that has been willing to be receptive to all of this control. Now it is time to say no. Now it is time to say no more fear, no more control, no more manipulation. We are finished. We are done with this. Because doesn't that look like a group of people who are truly done with something? So this is the time to really come to terms with where you stand in the bigger picture, where you as an individual stand in the bigger picture, particularly this week before we get deeply into the month of May, which is going to be a lot of transitions happening. Call back your power. Call back your power in this universe. Call back your power by becoming centered in who you really are. This illustration of these figures saying no and standing upright, standing up tall, they're standing up strong, and they're in a setting that looks almost cosmic. It doesn't look like a normal Earth setting. It looks more like a cosmic setting. So to me, this represents no. You'll also notice, I think there are 7 figures. All right, we could even interpret that. We have seven energy centers, 7 main energy centers. We are saying no on every level of our being, on every level of our existence. We're saying no more of this. We are done with this cycle. We are intend to ascend. We are ready to ascend, and that's it. In other words, it's kind of like put your cosmic foot down, right? Something like that. Cut the cords. That's the second thing it says. So, yes, can you even imagine the amount of psychic energy that is being drained from us and has been for so very long for a whole lot of reasons, you guys? It's the reason we find it so difficult to access our power. We have tremendous power that is sourced within our being, but we don't even seem to be able to access it because there's so many unseen things that are draining that power out of us. So when you cut your cords, you don't want to just think about it as, well, you know, this is my usual cut my cords to this relationship because this person is bothering me, or this person over there or over here. Make it bigger than that. You can do that, of course, but I'm also suggesting that you cut a much, much, much bigger cord. It's almost like a civilizational level cord to whatever it is that has this planet under such draconian control. Okay, and I'm not just talking about the current situation we're in. I'm talking about, this goes way back. So we need to cut those cords. We need to cut that psychic connection to all of the false realities that we have become enveloped in because we have been receptive to believing in them. Okay, now the last thing, soul retrieval. This is huge. When you look at that, those simple words on a cosmic level, soul retrieval is the number one imperative in your existence in the universe at this particular time. There is nothing that could possibly be more important to you. I'm not talking about, oh, let's get fragments of our souls back. That's perfectly legitimate in a certain context. But I want you guys to look at this from a much, much higher level, a much more expanded interdimensional level. Our souls are being recycled over and over and over and over again, not just on this planet, but throughout the cosmos. And, you know, you can say, oh, well, we need to do that because we need to learn things. And that's okay. I can see where you could say something like that. But at some point, you guys, there comes a point where you have to take control of yourself again. You have to take back control of your actual soul. You have to say, I'm no longer willing to be a captive to a system that recycles my being. I'm no longer willing to be captive to that system. Now, why does this matter? It matters because that's what ascension is all about. Ascension is moving up to levels of being that are so beautiful, that are so incredible, that it's just beyond your ability to imagine from where you sit right now. There's no more reason to stay stuck in this old way of being in the universe. There's just no reason for it anymore. It really is the most profound opportunity that we have at this moment to wake up at a cosmic level, and I mean a big, big, big cosmic level, to wake up, open our eyes, recognize what has been going on at a level that you don't even see it from the physical 3D world. But we need to see it from a higher level. To wake up at that level and say, okay, we're done. Or, oh, you say, just say it for yourself. You don't have to say it for the whole planet. You can just say it for yourself. Because we are at a choice point in our evolution. And every individual is going to be making a choice. In other words, you're going to be the one who determines your soul's destiny, who determines how your journey unfolds in the universe, not just on this planet Earth, but in the universe. So we're living right now at a profound moment in time in terms of our evolution and in terms of our ascension overall. So I know that's a lot, but I think it's really great food for thought for this week, because if you really just try and ponder it, take some time to just be with what I'm saying here. See if it resonates for you. See if it doesn't kind of wake up something deep within you that perhaps you are not even able to explain on a physical three-dimensional level, but perhaps it will awaken some deeper inner knowing in you, because waking up is a process. It doesn't happen like instantaneously. It's not like, you click on your phone and you get something immediately. Waking up is a process, just as everything else in nature is a process. One last thing I'll point out before I complete this is I have these beautiful roses here, because roses are a very high vibrational flower. And we need to come to a very high vibration. We need to be raising our energy up to a high vibration. And you know what? If you don't take command of your soul, of your being, of your consciousness, there is a limit to how high your vibration can go. And we don't want limits anymore. We need to dispel all of these limitations. So when you awaken at a cosmic, universal, interuniversal level, interdimensional level, when you start to awaken at these expanded levels of consciousness, limitation is gone. You don't have any limitations, you guys. So, okay, so I think that's probably enough for this particular reading. And I hope you guys have an awesome week. Really just be kind to yourself. Go within. Really come to terms with how much you have inside of you that perhaps you have never given credibility. It's time now to give that incredible power and beauty and creativity and just overall awesomeness of who you really are as a being of light, presence, and love. Give that credibility, stand in your power, stand in who you are, be who you are, and then you will be amazed at how you will be able to continue to move forward through all that we have yet to experience on this planet. All right, guys, so with that, I shall complete this, and I'm wishing you guys a beautiful week, sending you all so much love and light and loads of positive energy, and I will talk to you guys next time. Namaste, everyone.